movie monster series, the Katakawa logo. Can you make a new Gamera movie, please? The turtle is back. Hey guys, Zack here. And Gamera Rebirth is a thing that's coming out, and I'm very excited. I mean, there's no footage yet, but still, Gamera is back, and I couldn't be happier, so, yeah. Anyway, welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Bandai Movie Monster Series Gamera 1996. Now, this version of Gamera comes from the 1996 film, I almost said 66, Gamera 2 Attack of Legion, also known as Gamera 2 Advent of Legion. I've heard it pronounced two different ways, but regardless, this guy comes from the second movie in the Heisei Gamera trilogy, and I like it. I really like it. It's definitely my second favorite Gamera movie. It's not quite as good as Gamera 3 in my opinion, but let's be honest. Unless you're Godzilla 1954 or Shin Godzilla, there is just no topping Gamera 3. Like, Gamera 3 is just, it's pretty much a perfect movie. It's just absolutely just, it's sublime. But still, Gamera 2 is also very good. So, yeah, if you haven't checked it out, I'd highly recommend it because, well, like I said, it's a great movie. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot else to say, so let's just get right into this. Of course, before we take a look at the figure itself, let's take a quick look at the tag here. So on the front here, we have a nice picture of Gamera from Gamera 2. Up here, we have Movie Monster Series and the Katakawa logo right here. Down here, we have Gamera 1996 and some Japanese information there that I can't read. On the back, we have the poster to Gamera 2, Katakawa, Bandai, legal information there, and yeah, Bandai Namco. On the inside, we have a lot of Japanese writing that, again, I can't read. And we have a nice picture of Gamera here as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the tag here. Of course, to start this review, we'll take a look at the painting on the figure. And the painting here is pretty nice, so let's take a closer look at that. So, right off the bat, most of the figure here is casted in this nice bluish color, which I think fits Gamera very nicely. The underside of his carapace here is painted a nice brownish reddish color. And there's a lot of dry brushing here too, so it looks particularly nice. It's not just like, it's not just slapped on there, it's like actually like eased on there, and again, it looks nice. It really makes the detailing here pop. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of that red like on a small portion of the neck here, which is very minor and not the end of the world whatsoever, but is still something that I think is worth pointing out. So, yeah. Taking a look at the head here, we can see that the eyes are painted white with green pupils, and he is looking perfectly straight. He's not cross-eyed or anything like that. It looks nice, so good on you, Bandai. The tusks here are painted a nice whitish color, but gradually start to turn into a red once we get to the base of the tusks, which, again, looks nice. The inside of the mouth here is painted a nice salmon color with a glossy finish, which I think looks really nice. And the teeth here are painted a nice whitish brownish color, which again looks nice. The fingernails, toenails, and the elbow spikes here are painted this nice whitish yellowish color, which looks nice, on top, but on the underside, not so much because they didn't really paint the underside of the elbow spike or the fingernails, which is a little unfortunate, but it's a Bandai vinyl. It's kind of expected at this point, which is a little annoying, but not the end of the world, because regardless, this figure still looks presentable, paint-wise. So, yeah. And lastly, the back of the carapace here, we have these three streaks of brown going down the carapace here, which looks nice. Though, unfortunately, on mine, there's a little too much red. I don't know why the red's here to begin with, but still, there's some red there that's noticeable and honestly pretty weird. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. And the painting here, I think, is really nice. A couple of minor things I would have done differently, but at the end of the day, those minor things, they don't matter because the rest of the painting here is still very nice, and this guy, paint-wise, still looks very presentable. So, the painting on this figure, I'd say gets a pass. Now, we'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this figure is a little tricky. So, let's take a closer look. Well, actually, first and foremost, the tail here is on a swivel, which is pretty cool. And now for the tricky part, the legs. Now, I've seen videos of people being able to like make some really like cool movements with the legs here. And I tried that myself and I did manage to make the legs move in like pretty weird ways, but like I don't think this figure is supposed to move like that. Basically what you're supposed to do, like you're supposed to like push the legs like into the joint more so that way you can like move the legs about, which again, I don't think you're supposed to move the figure like that. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing that because you might damage the figure, but it's not like if you want to try it then go right ahead, but all I'm saying is that I'm not going to try it for this video. So, yeah. Anyway, the arms here don't move, which is a little upsetting, like there's a seam here that makes it look like the arms can move, like there. Actually, like there. Sorry about that. But they just don't, which is a little unfortunate. So, yeah. The articulation on this figure, a bit of a missed opportunity, I gotta admit. So, honestly, I think the articulation here, I'd say gets a quarter of a pass, because only the tail really moves. So, yeah, articulation here gets a quarter of a pass. Now, we'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure, I think looks perfect. Like, this is pretty much Gamera from Gamera 2, so yeah, the sculpting here, like, it looks very nice, and I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. I guess if I had one thing to say about the sculpt, I guess it would be how, this part of the carapace here, like, these are two separate pieces, but they don't really line up properly, so we have this weird, like, gap, which I don't really get why that's there, because, like, this side, it looks good, it lines up perfectly, but then you get to here, and it's just, yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. And even like on the front of the figure here, you can tell that there's like that weird like gap there that I just don't understand it. I don't understand it, but other than that though, the sculpting here is still pretty much perfect. So, yeah, sculpting here, it's great. It gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the detailing, and the detailing on this figure is very nice. So let's take a closer look at that. So starting off at the head here, we can see all the detailing here looks really nice. All the little wrinkles and whatnot in the face here, and all the bits of musculature here looks great. And the back of the head here, again, just looks great. All of the little wrinkles here and the little mohawk Gamera has going on here, again, all of that is detailed very nicely. The side of the figure here, like on the neck and on the arms, again, the detailing here looks great. A lot of really nice well, especially for the hands here, there's a lot of like armor looking like detailing here, kind of like an ankylosaur. But regardless, just a lot of really nice detailing of the wrinkles and crevices like on the arm here and whatnot. Just looks great. And same with the legs here. Again, just a lot of really nice detailing here. All of the wrinkles and creases and just a lot of great musculature here on the feet. A lot of really nice detailing as well. And same for the tail here. Again, all of the bits of like armor plating here on the tail just looks nice. And again, all of the wrinkles on the underside just looks great. The underside of the carapace here has a lot of really nice detailing here. All of the little crevices and whatnot detailed very nicely. And same with the back of the carapace here. All of the ridges and everything like that is just detailed very nicely. And even like some bumps throughout here, like right here, it just looks very good. So, yeah. The detailing on this figure, honestly, is pretty much perfect. So, the detailing on this figure, I'd say definitely gets a pass. Now, we'll do some size comparisons. So, to start, here we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Legion. And, yeah, Legion was definitely bigger in the movie. Now, here we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Gamera 1995. And here we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Gamera 1999. It is really nice to see that we now have Bandai vinyls of all three of the Heisei Gamera designs. Now, it'd be cool if Bandai stepped away from the Heisei Gamera movies for a little bit. Trust me, I love the Heisei Gamera movies, but some Showa Movie Monster Series Gamera figures would be nice. I'd love to see Giran. I'd love to see Barugan. I think Zeger would be pretty cool as well. And even like a Zetas from Gamera the Brave, that'd be really cool, but yeah. Regardless, it is still really cool that we have Bandai vinyls of all three of the Heisei Gamera designs. So, yeah. Lastly, of course, here we have some hand sanitizer. And here we have Dr. Billy Grant. I didn't mean to bump Gamera here. So, yeah, there you go. So at the end of the day, should you get this figure? Honestly, I'd say yes. The Bandai Movie Monster Series Gamera 1996 is a very nice figure. Couple of minor things I would have done differently, but for the most part, I think this figure is very nice, and I definitely recommend that you pick him up. As far as price tags go, he's actually not too bad. I got this guy from Hobby Link Japan, and without shipping, this guy cost about like 17 bucks, which is not bad at all. Usually Bandai vinyls like this nowadays cost like 25, 30 bucks. I've even seen some go for 40 bucks from that, or not from that site specifically, but in general, I've seen some newer Bandai vinyls go for pretty pricey, well, prices. So, yeah, 17 bucks for this guy is not so bad whatsoever. So, if you are going to get this guy, get him from Hobby Link Japan because they're really good when it comes to Bandai vinyls. So, yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.